Number 1. Use meta-reasoning. I thought it might be fun to start with a point that won't make sense at first, or later on, but let's get there. Let me give an example. I was speaking to an ENTP about what career they might want. I started with a broad question. I asked, would you rather be a specialist or a generalist? They paused, which was already unusual, and replied, I think I want to specialise in becoming a generalist. Such responses are the joys of conversing with an ENTP. However, they meant it seriously. I then asked them what skills they'd want to learn. They said, and I saw this coming, the skill they'd most want to learn is learning how to learn better. This kind of reasoning or conclusion is surprisingly common for ENTPs to come to. It's paradoxical. It's meta. It involves holding two contradictory thoughts at the same time, yet still somehow being able to function. They do this better than any other type, and in my view, should do it. Number 2. Find your ride or die people, then keep them close. For ENTPs, the road less travelled is something that they semi-intentionally swerved off into some forbidden forest lane at the outskirts of civilization. They like to strain the elasticity of boundaries. For such storms of personality, there need to be equivalent weatherers. Someone who is down for the close shaves and the gambles. Someone who will wake up in a foreign place with you, not knowing how either of you got there, or where you are for that matter, and say, fancy breakfast? It could simply be someone who lets you say anything you want, without judging you, or seeing implications where there aren't any. These people will still be there for you when the charm the pants off your grandparents, party with the extroverts and talk nerd with the introverts energy is gone. Because it takes effort, and sometimes that muse is on vacation. Sometimes it's just the mundane you. You need people who actually like you. These are the people who will stick with you, even when you're not too sure that you will stick with yourself. They are precious. Find them, keep them, cage them in a soundproof room if necessary. Number 3. Automate as much as you can. This can include anything, such as setting up automatic payments for bills, so you don't have to remember when the dates are, investment contributions that automatically come out of your account, if that's something you're into, apps that help you plan your meals, reminders, calendar apps. You get the idea. In function terms, you're outsourcing your introverted sensing. One moment of channeling your organizational side, which is definitely there, and investing that energy into automation saves you ever having to think about it again. For some people, and some types, these repetitive tasks are grounding, therapeutic, and give them a sense of control. For ENTPs, they are hellish, so avoid them as much as you can. Number 4. Do at least one useful thing per day that bores you. This one is simple. Discipline is a non-negotiable for achievement. You don't need it to live a great life, or to experience the world, or to have many of the things you want. But you will need it at some point, and that point will be an important one. Build that muscle when it's easy. Number 5. Use your irrational likes as indicators. ENTPs struggle to rank things or make value judgments because they can always see the counter-argument to the point they're making. That makes them reluctant to plant their flag. If there is something that an ENTP likes, despite being ultra-cognizant of all the flaws in it, that's a good thing. It's a nice departure from their usual stance of neutrality that comes from seeing all sides. These things, however small, are like little indicators of self. Given that ENTPs can be remarkably fluid in this area, it's good to hold on to them. Please take this moment to automate the presence of Love Who videos in your feed. Also, if you would like to be banned very quickly from a Discord server, then join the Love Who Discord server down below.